Hey, welcome to Ice Age Part 2 Help Conversations. Does this truck need some help? Yes, it does need some help. Guess what I'm going to do? What do you think I'm going to do today with this truck? Does this truck help me? Is this truck helping me in my life? I mean, it's electric, no gasoline to buy, it's quiet, it's fast, has all the help technology in it. Let's talk about that. Ride along with me right now as we talk about all those things. All right. Hey, welcome back to Ice Age TVs. Ice Age TVs. Yeah, I'm getting goofy. Am I getting goofy? Hey, part 2 of the help conversations. Boy, I didn't dress really warm enough today. It's 39 degrees out. But now, I am driving the self-help truck. Yes, it's a self-help truck. I'm sincere. This Ford Lightning truck, it drives itself. It stops itself. It doesn't make me go to the gas station. I should be happier than ever of any human being on this earth because I'm driving an F-150 Lightning truck. And whether you realize or not, there's a bunch of people out there just waiting to get the F-150 Lightning truck, and they still haven't gotten one. And here's yet my second one. Yeah, the conversations, right? So what am I doing now? Well, I think I'm going to go to LA Tint and get this truck just a little bit more helpful for my vision, being that I try to keep my eyes not getting early stage of cataracts. For the older people out there, if you're not wearing glasses all the time, sunglasses, that is, your cataracts get worse sooner than later because of the sun. Somebody that watch my YouTube channel, you should wear these stupid ass looking old fart, like an old fart guy driving down the road. I get all that, but it really saves your, it helps your cataracts. Yes, so anyways, gonna go down to LA Tint, and I just thought I'm heading down there and taking care of some business things, and and just do a little more talking. I think I'm so glad I didn't really talk about how today's technology of cars is all about help. I mean, more than ever. I mean, I just mentioned it. All the technology in these cars is supposed to make you should help you in avoiding a crash, should help you not being as tired driving the vehicle, because you can put this car, like, we're going to go to the adaptive cruise, so it's already turned on, and I'm going to turn up my speed here a little bit. Okay, and then hit that button there. And there we are. So now we're on adaptive cruise. Don't need to have my foot on the gas on the accelerator pedal or brake pedal. And in some ways, the truck is steering itself to a degree. Not really, but yeah, it's at the lane assist. And until it's mapped for, like, right now. So you'll see here right now, I'm not holding the steering wheel. And for the most part, it's gonna, do things. One gentleman on my YouTube channel said he taped or tied a rock or a weight onto the steering wheel so it fakes out the vehicle thinking you're holding, like, you put the rock up here at a certain angle, so it's always kind of like pulling on the steering wheel. Not a bad idea. So I can do a lot of hands-free driving, and I mean, it's kind of freaky. Like right now for me, cruise on a 2-lane road, head-on collision, I'm just not really that. I just don't know if I would put a weight on my wheel and really trust it that much. I mean, good Lord. Like right now, see, there's just traffic. Right now, no, the truck's going left, but it won't steer into left. It's gonna, and I'll even show you up here in the corner, even though this is not an adaptive, or isn't on Blue Cruise, I only do this if there's no car coming. But I'm gonna kind of let go right now. See, like, it's steering itself. Look at that, see that? So even though the Blue Cruise is not on, it's still doing the steering assist. Drive the car, so the vehicle is still kind of controlling the vehicle, but it's not mapped per se. And what's more about, they don't want this Blue Cruise on oncoming traffic. I don't blame them. You don't want to head on. I mean, I'm sure the other companies out there like Tesla, maybe they have that, but I guess Ford's like, nope, we're not there yet, which I'm good with that. So yeah, so on just the car side, the help side, more than ever, what's interesting, there's lots of people out there don't want anything to do with this help technology. Some people out there, no way I'm gonna let my vehicle, like right now, I'm sure, like, there's no way I'm going to trust that vehicle to drive down the road. And we're going through a corner, watch the steering wheel. The steering wheel's turning into oncoming traffic. Yeah, wow, yikes. Right, or the adaptive cruise. I know some of you feel like they want nothing to do with where you trust the vehicle off its radar, sonar, whatever you call it, technology that paces you with an object, vehicle in front of you. And then when it slows down, you slow down. When it speeds up, you speed up. But you just set your limit of what you want to do. But so, yeah, of industry on how we have help on these vehicles. And then, as I talked earlier, is the electric vehicle going to help save you money on going to the gas station? Well, it is if you're charging your car from your home. Like right now at my house, I think it's 11 cents per kilowatt, but that was last year. It could be 12 or 15 cents now with all the energy spikes and pricing. But as an example, last night I didn't charge this vehicle. It's interesting. Some people have reached out my channel saying, hey man, you're going to burn down your house. Well, I'd burn down my garage. It would be the first thing that would happen because everything's out in my garage. But I don't disagree. I don't disagree that the possibility of an electric vehicle being charged can start your house on fire. But for the record, there's been gasoline fires of cars catching on fire in garages. But you can go all through all the debates. But yeah, I get it. I understand that. But here's the thing. I don't really know, part of me is like, do you charge this thing every day? It's like today, it's going to be maybe a 100-mile day. So last night, this thing had 145 miles of range. So there's no way that I charged this vehicle last night because I'm not going to do a 250-mile day today. I already knew that. So I didn't charge it. So I wonder in some instances, people are coming home and the car really doesn't need to be charged, but they're forcing it to be charged. Or are they using these superpower, charging stations that are the big, heavy-duty, higher kilowatt, and they end up just overheating the battery because it's forcing the energy to re-energize the battery so quickly. There's so many variables. I have no idea. But anyways, I'm with you. I know. At the same time, I get behind the wheel of a car today, and how many are going to die behind the wheel of a car today, right? It's infinite. So for me, I like the technology. I definitely like the technology in these cars. I don't like the implications. I don't like how the governing bodies are trying to say they're going to help save the world by buying these things. That's what I don't like. And that's the thing that irks a lot of people is they just feel like the governing bodies and the green agenda is trying to brainwash people to think that these electric vehicles are going to solve the world's challenges. I think that's a lot what goes on with people that don't like these vehicles. For me, I don't have a hate towards electric vehicles. I think they're neat and I like them, but at the same time, the ICE engine always will prevail in the fun factor and will help me have my own just really connection with the vehicle. I just feel so much more connected in an ICE engine vehicle over an electric vehicle. And there's, there's many conversations on that. So as far as automotive industry goes, whether it's ICE or electric, they're definitely on the page of helping people drive safer, trying to avoid accidents, all these variables, if you know what I mean. Oh my gosh, yeah, for a minute, I thought there's a chip in my windshield. There's no way. That's glue from my fast down because I'm going to take my truck over and get the stripe across the windshield to help get the glare down off of the front of the truck. And I'll tint the windows to help keep the glare and heat down. I ride down the road, I have my arm on the shoulder right here like this a lot. And it just seems like in the summer months, especially in Florida, this just eats you up. And this black truck in Florida would be just like a freaking toaster oven, if you know what that means. Yeah, I don't play it right, but I had my black Raptor. I love the look of that truck. I think, I think this truck looks good as it is. It really does. I think if it was lowered a little bit, I think this truck, you could lower it. It'd really have a really cool look to it. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to go help myself to getting another tint. What number is this? At LA tint. When do I get my free tint? Yeah, right. So I'll get this. So Elon Musk, why is the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, going after Elon Musk with Twitter? Boy, I tell you, the Twitter saga, the Twitter files. So it's definitely it's definitely very obvious that Elon Musk has irked a lot of these political figures and journalists due to what looks like was controlled content through Twitter. And it looks like it was favored to the Democratic Party. And it's favored the FBI. So now you have to wonder what is going on with the Biden administration wanting to go after Elon Musk. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. They're not happy that Elon Musk is exposed on the devious activities, but they're going to twist it. I mean, everything's being twisted, just like the January 6th. You always saw one side of the videos for the most part. I mean, there's people that claim that expert movie makers were brought in for the January 6th video content, that they edited it like they would a movie to highlight all the things that are going to irk you about these January 6th individuals being in the Capitol and their actions. I mean, now, is that factual? I mean, who knows anymore? What do you believe anymore? I mean, sincerely, what do you believe? Everything's had an agenda and an angle, and it's all twisted. But anyways, so you got to wonder now, too. It took a long time for them to get all that criteria and all that stuff to present in those hearings to convict close to it's close to 1,000 people have been rounded up. They're going to have criminal convictions potentially. And some are going to go to prison and jail. Some already have gone. And what they're saying is that what's incredible is these Democratic politicians, even a select few Republicans as well, they all had an expert movie maker guy edit all the content and film of all these actions to present it, in a much more believable way of how devious and bad these people were. A policeman, this is a 45-mile-an-hour zone here. And if there was a lot of traffic here, people would get busted because this is so easy to hit 60, 70 miles an hour through here. And he's sitting there hanging out looking for that guy. So the lone, people are lucky today because it's a pack of cars and it's hard to zoom down the road. If it was just kind of empty road, you'd be busted. So now we're out here on the main road. Does this go to Blue Cruise here though? This is so incredible. 3-lane road, but this road's been modified. This road's been changed so many times. So anyway, what was Elon Musk's goal with buying Twitter? Was it to help us see the facts? Was it to help us, or was it to help him? Was it to help him gain artificial intelligence of just droves and treasures of content and information? I mean, what was Elon's real goal of buying Twitter? And so once again, you got to say to yourself, well, he presents it as him letting free speech on his platform and uncovering what he believes were devious things done by select individuals that persuaded people to look at things differently from others. But now you've got Joe Biden that's put the FTC on his tail to start gathering facts of what he's accomplishing, what he's doing, and start uncovering journalists and also why he laid so many people off. So he's all being challenged now. Distraction, right? So what is the Biden administration doing to help themselves to not let others think maybe they are devious and not good people? I mean, it's just all a game. I mean, so a Joe Biden supporter would be watching my channel right now and say that I'm smoking dope and that I'm just brainwashed Republican guy, and I'd be like, I'm not, because I like to hear both sides of the story. I mean, in all sincereness, I mean, both sides of parties are corrupt. And if you don't believe that, then you're a fool. I mean, they all have an agenda. I mean, who doesn't understand that? But at the same time, everything's an agenda. So why is the Biden administration wanting now to go single out Elon Musk? I mean, what's going on? Why? Is that going to help them look like Elon Musk has falsified information and he's trying to twist the truth and there really never was this devious things that happened? I mean, I don't know. Right. And then just like the electric vehicles, you buy these electric vehicles and the whole concept is it's going to help you save money. But in the end, do you really save any money? I mean, in the end, if you have to spend $2,000-$3,000 to get an electrician to come to your house to upgrade the electrical system to be able to plug your car in, did you save any money? If you're traveling and you're going to these Electrify America stations and you're paying anywhere from 39 cents to 49 cents a kilowatt, then what are you doing, right? So, sorry about that. I put the phone down there for a second. So you buy an electric vehicle, and the presentation is you're going to save money at the gas station, and you're doing good for the environment, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's how much driving. I mean, I really want to know what is driving the people that want to buy electric vehicles. For me, what drove me to buy electric vehicles was to learn about them. I wanted to really learn the facts, and I figured owning one, I'd be that much more abreast and in tune with the reality of what's going on. And that's why I've bought these electric vehicles. And for me, I like them. But at the same time, the ICE vehicle wins. For me, I just love the ICE vehicle. I just love the engine. I love that power boost. So this vehicle is very nice, but where it separates is if I want to go to Florida or Tennessee, when you start driving these electric vehicles, it's much more challenging. It's a longer, it's much more, it's not as enjoyable because you're going to be challenged all the time to get the vehicle recharged and sit around to get it recharged. And if you run into electrical stations that have issues, it's even more challenging. So it's just nerve-wracking. So it just isn't as enjoyable. And at Ford Power Boost, it's just so much fun. It's so much. And the other thing is too that is what people don't, I think, hear, or do they hear, is if I go to Florida in this truck and I'm averaging like 2.2 kilowatts per mile, so at 1,000 miles, an electric vehicle, 1,000 miles, how many kilowatts is that going to require? And I'm going to go 200 miles on 100 kilowatts. So I'll need basically 500 kilowatts of energy to go to Florida. Well, if I'm paying 40 cents a kilowatt, that's $200, and that's $200 conservative, maybe $250, in me buying kilowatt energy on the road. So think that through. Versus if I go 1,000 miles in a truck that gets 20, let's just say I get 20 miles a gallon. When open road, that truck may get that. I'm going to burn what? 50 gallons, right? And 50 times, if I was spending $3 on regular NOLA, it's $150. So how did I per se save money? Yeah, you didn't. So you're going to spend as much or more, and then you're going to spend the time. And the thing is, you have to get a hotel room. You will have to get a hotel room. You will not make it in one day. I mean, you can if you want to drive 24 hours straight. So you're going to get a hotel room. So you just add another conservative $200, $150. Yeah. So round trip. Oh, here we go. So round trip to Florida and back in this truck, you're going to be at $400, at least $700-800 versus $300 for the ICE vehicle. Yeah, wow. And you're going to be there in borderline half the time. Yes, you're going to be there. I can get in Florida. I can leave it. If I'm not towing a trailer, I can leave, and I'm not having to stop for gas all day long. I can leave at 7:30 in the morning. I'm down in Florida by 9:30. Yeah. That ain't gonna happen. And yeah, once again, if I want to tow a trailer with the electric vehicle, you've seen that video. Go to my video June of last year of me towing a motorcycle trailer back, which wasn't a huge trailer, just a motorcycle trailer with like 3,800 pounds in, like a 3,800 pound, 4,000 pound trailer. And I was at like 0.9 kilowatt per mile. So I ran all the numbers on that. To go 400 miles, you need 400 kilowatts. Well, that's $160 at 40 cents. Kilowatts are like 49 cents a kilowatt. If you're on the monthly payment plan, it could be as low as 39 cents. But they've raised all the rates recently. So I don't even know what it is. I haven't gone to one. So how does that help you besides help you go nutty, right? Yeah. The ongoing conversations. So I'm going to kind of cut it up there and go to LA Tint and do our little LA Tint little pizzazz. What do I do to it? And it's incredible on the road. I am the slow guy on the road. I mean, everybody's just, going by me. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Yeah, and another thing. So here's something to think about, too. One thing that's going to help the automotive industry at this new technology of these cars is the availability for them to repo your car. Have you seen that news? Where they're talking about now and how if you're not making your car payments and everything else, it was a wild. This becomes the racetrack. Yep, sure does. There that guy goes. But tell you what, sometimes the boys sit up the road up here. That guy's doing like 100 miles an hour. I'm out behind. Yeah. You know how that plays out. But anyways, yeah, he's going to need help. They're talking about now in the future that if you don't make your car payments, they're going to be able to disable the car so you can't drive it. And then they'll enable the car so they can go get it. And then, or they're going to be able to tap into your car and reduce the power for you to be able to drive it. I mean, there's so many freaky things that's coming along with the technology's vehicles. That's why I think a lot of people are like, I just don't want to be in these type of cars because there's too much information that they know about me. Yeah, if you're a drug dealer, you don't want one of these things, right? Because they're going to track everywhere you go. Then they can just rein you in, right? Yeah. Oh, something I seen about this morning was, so anybody watch my channel, please give me the royalties to my idea. So, and it's already out there, I know that. But so when does the work at home employee have to do a breathalyzer or a blood, test? Every morning they log into their computer, right? A urine test. Wow. This is the Wild Wild West today, man. I mean, look, this is a 55 mile an hour road. And I'm the slowpoke. And this is where this drives you nuts as an individual. If you get pulled over, all right, you get pulled over for you not, you kind of just being within reason of the speed limit, but you just witness everybody else going down the road at 80, 90, 100 miles an hour, and now you're the bad guy. Now the insurance company's going to call you out that you're the crazy one, while the flow of traffic is going 15, 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour over the speed limit. Yeah. I mean, is that aggravating? Talk about needing help. Anybody's ever got a speeding? No, it's such a joke. I just got pulled over, but yet I just witnessed a guy go by me at 100 miles an hour. But that cop didn't see that guy. Yeah, I know all about it. I've got my stories. I live on the road. Do you think I've been pulled over before? Yeah, right. Do you think I haven't had to go to court and argue and beat these things? Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. In this area where I live, it's maddening because people drive like maniacs. Yeah. I mean, in this area, what I've always just said for the last 30 plus years, you fight for a spot in the front, you fight for a spot in the back. That's all you do. It's always, you're constantly fighting to get around somebody, to get back in their lane. The guy like right now, so this guy now, the slower poke that's in front of me. But once I pull out, I'm going to have a guy that wants to do 80 miles an hour. Hey, why didn't this do the GM thing? Why didn't this thing do the GM thing where when I put my when I put my blinker on, it just passes this guy in the van. But now this guy in the van, he's kind of picked it up because he's going downhill. So now I got people coming on me, so I got to get by this guy. Yeah, isn't it maddening? It's like this guy now literally is just increases speed limit by 5 miles an hour. But back there, he decreased it by 5 miles an hour. Look at this here. Here's under all these stories. All right, I'll get back over and calm down. But anyways, so yeah, so when the workers get notice, they have to do, the technology where we are. Oh, wow. Look at this here. Tire debris everywhere. What the hell is going on here? Yeah. So, I know. I hear you. I'm with you. I get it. Things telling me to shut the hell up and watch the road. When do you hear those stories? That the person like, oh, get this. So now, every day, I have to submit that I'm clean. There'll be some technology that, who the hell knows? I'm just saying, won't surprise me of where everything's going. As people are sitting at home every day of their life now, what do? I remember growing up, the saying was potheads. I don't hear that much anymore. I mean, I'm not hanging out, but it was such a thing that you knew the potheads. When I was growing up, I mean, literally, I grew up in the era of all the pot and all the LSD and the cocaine and all that stuff. And so, anyways, it's just, I remember, you knew the potheads. They just always were kind of like, what's that all about, right? Yeah, I know what it's all about. I get all that. All right, we're getting there. It's all getting off subject, right? Well, I guess being a pothead helps you be happier, does it? Does it? Or does it help you be angrier? I have no idea. I'm not a pothead, so I can't tell you. Oh, here's a up in front of me. Yep. That's all right. I got my adaptive. I got my hands free. Even for me, I'm just so used to holding the steering wheel. I still hold the steering wheel. You have the hands free. Is it helping me be more civilized driving my vehicle with all this technology here, the hands free and all this other stuff? You just hang out. You be doing your hairdo. You can be reading all your text. Yeah, if this area over here thinks that you're watching everything. Oh, there's like my old B5 Blue SRT Dodge. That's an RT though, but I had that exact same color scheme. That was a 2015 that I had. Oh, this thing doesn't like me now. Resume control because we're in a construction. Yeah. All right, look at there. So we're at like 2.3 miles per kilowatt. I just figured something out. This thing has the heated seat capability right here. See that down below? That little seat icon. You can take this and you can get your heated seat on. See here? Go down below. See that right there? So anyways, I got to thinking about something. I think that in this driver's seat from the guy that worked for me used the truck so much, I just figured it out because I'm using the heated seat this morning and it's really hot. And I know he liked to use a heated seat because he kind of had some lower back pain and stuff. And I just got thinking, so wow, now I kind of figured out why this seat is probably showing more deterioration faster than normal. I bet you he had the heated seat on a lot. So it warmed up that leather surface and it stretched it. Yeah. And that's something to think about. There's a helpful hint for anybody out there watching my channel. If you have your wife or you're driving down the road a lot with that heated seat on, especially really hot, you're probably stretching the leather or the fabric, whatever it may be, and it's going to show wear and tear more on your seat. Never thought of that. Wow. And it probably absorbs more, of your clothes, and because everything's heated up. So that's just something I never thought of that. There's a little tip for you today. The tip of the day. The helpful hint of the day. So here's another thought. When COVID came in, it's incredible how it really helped so many businesses. But at the same time, it destroyed so many businesses. But I think since I'm the automotive guy, the motorhead enthusiast to max, I got to thinking this morning that it's incredible how COVID just created incredible wealth and monies in the automotive industry not seen, I don't think, ever. I don't think ever these car dealers saw the profits and the monies ever. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. And so it's incredible how COVID helped certain industries like takeout food restaurants, Chinese restaurants. I have a friend that owns a Chinese restaurant, and she told me when COVID hit, it was beyond believable how much money they made. I've talked to pizza restaurant owners. They've told me they made so much money, it's beyond believable of what they made. So you think to yourself, it helped so many people in so many aspects of that sickness that did such harm to so many aspects of the world and people and economies, but the select few just were rewarded like never seen. But now, as time progresses, did that help in the end really help them? I mean, do we really see a really crash of the automotive industry here in the next year because it's finally been able to get enough help to run the factories again? It's finally been able to get enough materials, so it's been helpful as far as people working again, and the resources are becoming more available. So in the end, does it help create too much product, and then it helps create financial havoc for the automotive industry that's been riding, sky high now for 3 years? I mean, for the most part. And anybody's they watch my channel that's in the automotive side, I might hear wishing hardship on you guys. Says nothing comes in my life. What comes from me wishing hardships on others? I mean, that's who I am. I mean, nothing. I don't have like millions of dollars invested in some company that if something goes one direction, I'm rewarded if it goes another direction. That isn't who I am. A lot of people do have that. A lot of people want to see the stock market fail for the short sale and gobble up things. And a lot of people want to see the real estate market fail because they can go up and gobble up real estate for a deal. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to see, I'm on Zillow and I get email notices, and it is interesting. I'm starting to see $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 discounts on what were $600,000 homes. Like homes down there in Tennessee, I saw like one home used to like $554. Now it's like $489 or something. Yeah, wow. I haven't seen that. What's that tell you? And is the Fed's 6% interest rate going to help the mortgage industry? Yeah, is that going to help the home buyers? I'd have to honestly say that the 6%, we're at like 4 right now on the Fed side, 4.25, I think. So the 6% is, I think it's going to happen. I mean, this guy Jerome Powell, he said it yesterday. He borderline has been no choice to get very aggressive, and they're already speculating in the March 21st, 22nd meeting, it's going to be a half-point rate. And if I'm right, I could be wrong, but if it's 4.25 right now you're at 4.75. All right, well, they do another 25-point, half-point rate kick again, say like in May, I guess so, June, I guess. You're now, at a little over 5, and then they continue through the rest of the year. You can be at 6%. Yeah. Then what happens? Even though right now, I think all this data is late or too early. I mean, I don't think that the data is helpful at this point, because I think really things are slowing down. I really think that businesses are. All I know is the motorcycle dealerships have definitely changed. The motorcycle dealerships are not selling like they used to sell. So I can just tell by their inventories. I look at dealerships' inventories. I'm on forums, and I'm hearing the story of how many dealers have so much product. More product than they've ever seen and since they've been like an Indian dealer per se. So what is the Fed in their eyes helping accomplish? Well, it's all about, they think that they're going to slow down the inflation. Yeah, we'll see, right? All right, getting close to LA 10. All right, we're driving by the car dealerships. It's interesting, behind all those, Volkswagen, very healthy. So Volkswagen dealership, we used to buy the Manassas, Jeep, Ram, Dodge. they were pretty healthy. There's another Ford dealership up here that I know they're healthy. I know the Ford dealership. I mean, yeah. And 150,000 F-150 Lightnings being built this year. And they've only built 17,000 last year. But yet, they're saying that this truck here's value is worth a lot less. Yikes. Wow. Here's a car never made it. So it's like somebody's coming in and revamping it. It makes no sense. This is such a busy... For me, my true dream of my business was that, a car wash. That's really where I thought I'd be by this point in my life. I know people follow me around like, what do you do? I'll tell you something. The amount of money you need to have to make what I'm doing, you're going to need $1 million to $1.5 million to do what I do. I mean, I'm just telling you. If you'll go buy land and a car wash. The car wash phase is huge. If you can location for a car wash, those things are a gold mine. And yeah, I've thought about selling my business and sure, go and get one of those businesses. But I'm at the age of life too that I just don't want to have to babysit people. I've been very fortunate. I've always been a very small company and I've been able to help myself. Yeah, right, sure. And so I haven't had to manage. I've owned a business having to manage a bunch of people. And it's like babysitting people all day long. I don't want it. So yeah, that's one reason. But you can get these car washes today with technology in them where you don't need a lot of people to run them. And those are the ones to have. So anybody watch my channel, I'm like, what do you don't want to do what I do. I mean, you just don't want to, you live behind the wheel of a car. You don't have, per se, you don't own land. I mean, you're such at the mercy of customers, of owners. You just don't want it. Here's LA10. This will be interesting. I mean, these guys have been kicking butt. Kicking butt for the last 3 years. But I can guarantee you, as I'm standing here, you'll see 4 or 5 more people roll up for the time I'm here. Now, if there's nobody in this shop, I'll be blown away. This would be the slowest. This reminded me when I first started coming here in like 2012, like 10 years ago. So I'm going to double park. All right, what do we do, right?